Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Diamond Moment. I'm your host, Luciana Cordero, and today I'm here with Jerry, who's going to be talking to us a little bit about the fight that's coming up. So, hi Jerry, how are you?
Hello, hello, hello. Pleasure to meet you and honor to be here.
That sounds great. Well, I wanted to. You're going to be reffing this fight, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Big
Great.
event there.
Yes, a big event. It's right around the corner. We're just days away.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
So I wanted to start by talking to you a little bit about your journey. I wanted to know what got you into being a referee for MMA.
Do we have all day or what?
I mean, as long as you need.
All right. What got into me refereeing? Well, I competed in boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, MMA, and I was fighting with a promotion up in Lakeland. And one night the referee got sick, and we were kind of close. So he calls me up that morning. He's like, "Look, I'm pretty sick. You think you can fill in as a ref? You know the rules." I was like, "Yeah, of course I know the rules. I'm a fighter." He goes, "Can you cover?" I was like, "Absolutely." So I did, and wow, I mean, just I pref- it's like I took a whole new love of the fight game through refereeing.
Yeah, so what did it feel like? Like what made you feel like what did it make you feel that you were like, okay, I've done the fighting, but refing is what I want to do.
Maybe it goes back to my childhood.
Mhm.
Uh, I was born in the Bronx and raised in Hell's Kitchen since the age of 4. Uh, I was bullied, so I have something understanding of being the underdog and how the rules are not always even or set. So with that, refereeing is you're making sure the rules are even, the sides are even. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. It sounds really interesting. And yeah, I guess you're completely right. I guess not a lot of people think about that, about how being a referee makes you have this like desire for things to go the right way. You know what I mean? Like being fair, being just, and following the rules.
Absolutely.
I think, yeah, it's something that many people may overlook because they're
You took
focused
the
on the
words right out of my mouth. You took the words right out of my mouth.
fight. Right. And I'm guessing you've probably seen a bunch of fights up close. So I wanted to know, how has that experience shaped the way that you view this sport?
The sport or the fight game?
Yeah, I guess like combat sports or like the fights in general, because you're seeing them from inside the fight, but you're not the one fighting. So it gives you a whole different outlook of it. And I wanted to know what that's like.
Well, what's that's like? Like you're in the eye of the storm.
Hmm.
You're literally in the eye of the storm. And the key thing is stay calm. You got to stay calm. And it's hard not to feel the energy from the fighters. So it's, I don't know if you notice some referees are a little jumpy and they kind of bounce. Now, as a referee, I have to learn not to do that, to totally block out that energy. And if you notice, the real great referees don't move. They really don't move. I know I'm kind of giving it away, but the really good ones don't react. they walk with a slow gait, and you'll see other referees. I know this is going to sound terrible. Here come the comments, but they're too touchy. Does that make any sense? If you ever watched boxing, kickboxing, ooh, here I go. Here come the comments. In the clinch, or what we call in the phone booth, when you're boxing in a phone booth, and your arms tend to get tangled up in the fight. You got to let that go sometimes. I know it sounds controversial. I know it. Oh, here come the comments. But you got to let that go. And some referees are too quick to separate, which I let it go. And that's hard to do. Sometimes it's hard to judge when you could let them, as I say, fight it out, and when you got to break them up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like...
I went off. You said being in the eye of the storm. It's you got to experience it to really understand it.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of
Referees,
like best go unnoticed.
referees, I mean, they're dealing on, sometimes they're very underrated, and some, as we go, of course, there's the gold standard, which is Herb Dean, and several others where that can't around. Oh my God, so many. But if you watch the greats, the good ones, they're very calm. They don't touch, and they let it go, which is hard to do because of the energy and the parameters that you are given to as a referee. You got to think. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Yes, this links perfectly into something that I wanted to ask you, because how do you, like, what tools do you use, or how do you manage to stay calm in this moment?
And that's another subject. Some fighters are good athletes, and some fighters are good fighters. Like, they have that thing that they run to conflict. Does that make any sense? When they see something, the first one to where's the problem? And then there's the good athlete who compete. A referee, here come the comments, should be experienced in fighting. He should have competed, because you're not understanding what the fighter's going through. The referee, if you haven't fought, you don't know what it is to get your bell rung. People don't know what it's like. In short, it's and you're going to hear a in your head. You can't see anything for a second, but with the crack, and then you see me going in double, going like this, 4, 5. So you have to understand, what they're really going through. So you need to be a referee. You have to know what it is to be a fighter, what it is to go in through. Because here come the comments again. You see some referees stop the fight short, and you see the early stoppages. And when you see the fighter is still clearly lucid, he may be seeing me double, but he's there. And as a good referee, you have to understand that, almost sympathize with it. That's what you train for, adversity. For the double one. 4, 5. That's all that's happening when you get cracked like that.
No, definitely. I think it's so important to have taken that role. Like, there's no way you would understand so much about it if you didn't fight first. And
Here's some of the comments. I mean, might be, but I think you have to have some fight experience. Some. I'm not just saying one fight too many, but some more than enough to know everything and what it is to go through adversity. You know what it is to get cracked, and to fight. How long you really have in reality to fight back.
yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do if you've never felt what it's like to, I don't know, get punched in the face, you know.
I explained it. I've experienced it. It's like a slingshot. That ride would make you black out. I didn't understand. So why do you black out? Then you go on the ride. Then you understand why you black out. It's like, oh, I just pooped my pants.
Yeah, right. And okay, so what would you say has been one of like the hardest calls that you've had to make during a
Oh,
fight?
oh my Lord. This kid kept on getting knocked down, kept on getting standing 8, 9. And as a fighter, you want to go out on your shield. If you know what that means. Let me hit the canvas. In other words, let me hit the canvas. Some fighters are like, please let me hit the canvas. So he hit the canvas a couple of times. I let him back up. And then I knew he was going to get, he was on the losing end of the fight. The guy had his time and everything. He was getting beat up. I could see he wanted to be there so bad, and he was bobbing and weaving, but he was just bobbing and weaving into the punches. And I was like, I had to stop the fight. But everybody said, even his corner, was like, thank you.
Mhm.
But that was a hard one. I saw in his eyes, his face, when I covered him up and, blocking him from the other fighter. I could see in his face. He was disappointed, not in himself. And,
Yeah,
that
I
was,
mean, I can imagine. Yeah.
that hurt.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to take it personal, but I could feel it hurt.
Of course, and having had that experience as well, like you understand what
You
he's
gave it
going
your
through.
all. You gave it your
You're like,
all.
I
And
know,
yeah,
if
sure.
I was fighting, yeah, I would want to like get back up and everything, but like, yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
I
sometimes
said
it's
he
tough
went down
calls.
several times against the chance, but I finally had to stop the fight. And I always said I didn't want to be that guy, that ref. But then, and the worst part about it was 2 seconds from ending the fight, and I
Oh,
felt. I was like, I remember booing other refs when they just like, oh my god, there was 2 seconds left, and I was sitting there contemplating what I just done, and the announcer saw my face and the change. He was, what's wrong? I said, oh my god, I just messed up 2 seconds to the end of the fight. He goes, you didn't see time. You saw a man getting hurt. And that kind of like, I did my job. I had to do my job.
yeah, I mean, 2 seconds can make a difference, and like you don't know what's gonna happen. Um,
That one, yeah. Like, I'm sorry.
it's better to be safe
It
than
brought back the memory. I was like,
sorry.
oh my goodness. But yeah, that was the one. That was the one that kind of rocked me.
Yeah, and reffing comes with a lot of tough calls, and not everyone's gonna agree with everything that you say all the time. So, how do you handle those situations where, like, maybe the athletes or the coaches disagree with your decision?
I'm my own worst critic. So sometimes I over listen, but sometimes you gotta shut it out because it's in the heat of the moment. Their fighter lost, and they just want to take it out on something or someone. So when you receive those bad things, y'all got to take it in stride. You just got to take it in stride. That's part of the job. That's part of the job.
Right. And like, how do you kind of like, in which way do you address it so that you make sure that it's not affecting you like the way that it could? Like, some people are more like prone to like think that everything is personal and stuff like that. I know you just said that you know that it's in the heat of the moment, but do you have
That's
any
another
like?
thing. Sometimes you can't help but take it personal. It's like, oh, what? I'm from Hell's Kitchen, New York. So imagine. What'd you say? So, but then again, you got to be Be professional. Be professional. In
I
life.
mean,
And
you're still doing this, so you've overcome all of these things.
thank you. Thank
Yeah,
my best.
so talk a little bit more about Valhalloween now that it's coming up. Um, so how do you approach the fight? Do you study the fighters beforehand? Do you go in like with a clean slate? How does it work?
As a fighter, I go in at the weigh-ins and I look at it as a fighter almost. I look at the weigh-ins and I watch the fighters interact. Who's in shape, who's not, who's twitching, who isn't. There's certain pantomimes that people give to give it away, and I watch that. I study it as a fighter, as a ref. I study those moments at the weigh-in and at the face-off. They're very key. They're bearing it all, especially at the weigh-in. You're going in with your skivvies, showing the world, you're practically in a bathing suit. Are you off the couch or are you at the gym training? So again, that's a big thing. At the face-off, at the weigh-ins, that's why I study it. That's why I really look at the fighters, how they interact with each other, interact with the crowd, and see who's the next McGregor, maybe.
And how does that like influence the way that you ref at the fight?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, maybe you see someone that's like, I don't know, like standing up tall. It's like, oh yeah, whatever. How would you approach like that guy fighting over like maybe someone that looks, I don't know, a little more insecure about it, or twitching a little bit?
I treat them all the same. I treat them all the same. And before the fights, I go over the rules. And it's just everybody's treated the same. Let that be known. Everybody's going to be treated the same. It's going to be very fair. And you do your job, and I'll do mine.
Yeah. And what would you say? I know this is a very specific question and maybe hard to answer, but what would you say is the key to making sure that the fight is, or like that your call is being fair and safe?
Being fair and safe. That's a hard. I mean, you always have to be fair and safe. That's what the heart of being a referee is. The arbitrator of the rules. You're the third man in the ring. So it has to be that way. Just an overlook, you look at your fighters, see if their hands are wrapped properly, or the gloves are, not strapped on right, if they loose, or the shorts are way too high up, so they can get hit in the gut, So you pick up the shorts. That's another little old timer trick you can do, that you pick up your fight shorts a little bit above your belly button, so you can protect that vital area, so that it looks like a below the belt shot. So I tell fighter, you got to lower your shorts, this, that. So I make sure that before they go in. That's the way I make it.
Yeah. And has there ever been a fight that's like stuck with you? Maybe one that taught you like a big lesson, or maybe one that taught you how to approach a future fight? Maybe. I'm not sure.
Yes, yes. Uh, the first night I fought. I mean, I refereed. Excuse me. Uh, a close friend of mine was fighting, and I had to take a point away because he kept on hitting below the belt. So I took the point away, and but nevertheless, he won the fight. But he approached me later on in the. I was changing out in the bathroom, and he was like, "Why'd you take that point away?" You know, and I was like, "I told you several times you were hitting below the belt, and if I didn't take that point away, I'm not a referee anymore. I'm just your friend." And he said, "Oh my God, you're right." So that's why I knew right then and there I was on the right track.
Yes, definitely. That's what I was gonna say to you.
So
It's
thank you.
definitely
That means a lot. That means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. So,
yeah.
yeah, that
So
was the fighting. It hit me real hard.
yeah, I mean that's when you know when being fair is bigger than maybe just like a friendship or anything, but you just want to do things right. That's how you know you're on the right track.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so now we're coming to the end of the interview. So I wanted to ask, so the fight's coming up, Halloween is days away. So what are you most looking forward to about this event?
The knockouts. No. Those are the easier calls. You know, those are easier for the judges. No, what I'm looking forward to is the ambiance. Good people. Valhalla always gives a great event. Let me say it again. Valhalla always gives a great event. Great food, great atmosphere, the whole package. And plus great fights.
Yes, definitely. I mean, it's gonna be amazing.
Oh,
So
it
much
is. It is. I know
adrenaline.
it is. I know it is.
Yeah, so and what would you say we can expect from the fight?
Violence.
Mhm.
Violence.
Okay, well, that's interesting. That's great. That definitely leaves us wanting more. And just to close everything off, I wanted to ask you, this is a question that I usually do for the fighters, but I thought it was really interesting to ask you, like, what advice do you have for people? I usually ask them like that want to fight, but I want to ask you, what advice do you have for people who are considering maybe reffing fights or becoming a referee?
Do it. Do it. It is the best job besides being a dad. It is the best job in the world. They say if you could do something for free for the rest of your life, you should do that. I'll be referee. So I'll leave it off at that. But no, I still want to get paid. You hear me, Dana?
Yes, definitely. That's so nice to hear. Okay, this is your moment. I guess you can talk to our audience about anything that you want. Let's like promote the fight, anything that you want to say to them to invite them to come to Halloween. This is the moment.
Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Because when you talk about it and you're, oh, I should have been there. Ah. Go ahead. Great food, great fun, great fight. Valhalla this Saturday. Don't miss it.